On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 113, recorded live on June 19th, 2016. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
My name's Matt Vieira. You can find me on Twitter at Matt from RI.
So you guys probably remember Matt from episode number 92. He's back and he's better than ever. He's ready to take this episode on, and maybe he'll actually get the ages correct. Every single one.
Hopefully.
We'll see what happens. So
let's see. I wasn't too good last time.
Yeah.
I'm not good with ages.
So guys, if you want to check out Matt, I'll put all of his links down below. Go subscribe to his YouTube and all that fun stuff. And quick update, we're booked up until episode 144, something around there. If you go to pimpmysetup.com/Q, it will tell you what episode we're booked up to, and it will tell you everything you need to know to submit properly to actually get on the show. And I have like maybe 150 setups to go through, so give me a little bit of time. I'll tweet at Pimp My Setup when I go through it, so you'll know if you're rejected or not. And that's basically everything you need to know. So let's get into the first setup of the day, submitted by Timmy. And Timmy says, "What's up, Matt? My name is Timmy. I have a small room. It's hard to get good lighting, so it's kind of like, you know, it's not awful lighting, but I could kind of see what he's saying. He uses his setup for school, editing, gaming, and he also has a YouTube channel, Tim SM Games, if you guys want to check that out. And he just wants to know what do you think he should do to it?" So taking a look at this, how old do you think he is?
Okay.
First of the day.
All right, let's start strong. I'm going to say he's 14 years old.
He's 12.
12. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So,
I was thinking young. Yeah, I was thinking on the younger side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely shows. I mean, it's not even just because of the equipment. You could tell, like, maybe the secondary monitor is like a hand-me-down or something like that. But, you know, I think the Nerf basketball hoop holding his headphones is kind of a sign, too. Like,
yeah,
he's young, but he's also pretty smart. That's an interesting headphone hanger. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, I like the hustle there. You don't have a headphone hanger. Let's just use the rim of the basketball hoop.
Yeah, and it works. It definitely works.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at this, do you feel like it's a usable setup, or do you think it's just like oddly placed?
I'm confused on it's hard to see what you're looking at with the monitors. You have obviously it's a laptop run setup. So you have the laptop, the notebook over to the side, but the two different size panels usually is not an issue, but I think it could be organized better for better usability. I think for sure.
Yeah.
There's not a monitor right directly in front of the chair where Timmy would, you know what I mean? Like where the keyboard is, there's
front
not one.
Center.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's very oddly placed. I mean, normally laptop setups, they're either placed on like a dock off to the side where it's not a big deal. You're not going to be touching the laptop. But in this scenario, it's almost like he does kind of use the laptop, you know, looking at the screen or whatever the case may be. So it's a little weird to have it set up the way he does. And you're right, there needs to be something front and center. The left display is just very confusing. He needs like a mouse pad of sorts.
Yeah.
I mean, moving your mouse around, you're probably hitting it into the laptop. Very confusing in that sense. But aside from the actual usability, what did you think when it came to theme?
Well, obviously a big sports fan, and happens to be that the two teams that he has up there. I'm not sure what the soccer team is, but I mean,
Barcelona.
Is it Barcelona?
Yeah.
I mean, matches very well with the New England Patriot colors.
Mm-hmm. That's true, actually.
I almost want to take points off for being a New England Patriots fan. But you know, and I'm from New England, but not a Patriots fan. But yeah, I think that you're right with the monitor need to be like front and center. It's also strange that he has the laptop opening and being used, and he also has a keyboard and mouse out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that you're right. I think it needs to be on a dock and off to the side, and then it can really clean up the setup.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, some people will also put their laptop in the center and still use secondary displays. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I mean, if you want to go that route, you could do that. But it's hard because I could see you have on your furniture, like, little side table, you have the Xbox One. So I mean, I understand you have the TV there. That's probably what you use it for. Just very confusing. And I think it's not bad. You just need to kind of figure out what you're doing. And I think you'll be on the road to a great setup. But do you have any final thoughts for him?
No, and going back to the theme, I think the theme is like the red. I mean, the red definitely shows through, obviously, but I think the theme is like it's just there. It's just on the cusp of being like a full-fledged, like good like theme of the thing. Also, I respect it's a folding table desk.
Yeah.
I respect using tables as desks because you get a lot of real estate, like, you know, if you need a lot of room. But I don't know if the folding table really works. It kind of like, for me, it's an eyesore. I can tell like right away by looking at it, like the legs and everything. I don't know. And through the picture maybe, but being in the room, I would feel like it's out of place.
Oh, yeah. Especially with that furniture set. It's not really my favorite either. So it's like they clash.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to the next setup submitted by Colton from Alberta, Canada. Let's see. He mostly uses setup for work and some gaming. The keyboards are, the keyboard is an IBM Model M. I know everybody raves about these things. They think they are like heaven because they're old school and apparently they have an amazing feel. I don't know. Never used one. He said the left display is connected to the Chromebook, hence the second keyboard and mouse. That I didn't include the second photo because it wasn't really... you see the Chromebook in the corner on the second photo, but it wasn't like really that big of a deal. And then, he likes it the way it is, and he said that he did a good job cleaning the cable, so good job there. But taking a look at this, how old do you think he is?
I'm going to say 18.
Oh, yeah, he's 18. Yeah.
All right.
Good job. So you got one of them so far.
Yeah.
So initial thoughts, what made you think that he was 18?
Well, the printer... the printer and using it like for productivity, I guess, brings up the age a little bit because, I mean, having your own printer, I feel like you need to be, I mean, you don't have to be a little bit older, but like getting use out of your own printer, having like your own printer versus like using someone else's in the house, you know, I'd say they were a little older, but not too old. So, I kind of like settled right in the middle where I felt 18. Yeah. There's nothing really else there's not a lot else that like distinguishes an age. So
it's a very simple setup too, so it's hard to pull something from that. And a lot of people are saying, what's wrong with the mic? Well, aside from it being a Blue Yeti, the problem is that it's just unplugged. It's just upside down. You could fold it. I will give them that. It is a very nice stand on the Blue Yeti, so you can fold it, make it a little more compact, even though it's ginormous. But yeah, so nothing's wrong with it. It's just unplugged. He's not using it. I like the headphone stand on top of the PC. Maybe I wouldn't necessarily put it on top of the PC. I think it's cool to kind of show it off and not put it on top of there. But for the most part, like, it is just a very simple, nice setup. But the one thing about the PC that kind of confused me a little bit, and you could see it more so in the second photo, is it's on that part of the desk that can like be collapsed, and I don't like that because that's kind of scary.
That's very scary.
Yeah, if the desk just decides one day to just not work, it's just gonna be like, pff, that's it.
Yeah, I honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I didn't even notice that, but you're absolutely right. That's a scary thing. My spider senses are tingling right now.
Yeah, because where the printer is, that would be the perfect spot to kind of show off the PC and stuff, and you could always find another spot for the printer. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that was one thing that kind of confused me. But I think the main thing with this setup is, of course, I'm going to sound stupid. What is that thing above the monitor? Does anyone know what that is?
That's I don't know what that is.
I feel like someone in the chat probably knows like the origin of it, but for me, like I don't know what it is, and as far as like personality, there's really nothing that's like there's no color, there's no wow factor. It's a great usable setup, don't get me wrong. It's just not like, damn, I want that. You know what I mean? So what were your thoughts on theme?
Almost like, I feel like you could have gone with a really cool theme going off of that keyboard, like the old school keyboard. You said it was an IBM?
Yeah.
All right, so go off with that IBM like keyboard and kind of like have some like old school like posters hanging or something like that, kind of go in that direction. But you're right. The picture above the whatever it is above the monitor, it's nice, it's centered, it's in a good spot, but it doesn't really show through a lot of personality. So the theme is severely lacking here, I feel.
Totally agree.
A theme, yeah.
A lot of people are saying different things. One person said it's a First Nations art for Canada. Someone said it's Native Indian tribal work. Some people are saying it's the Mayans. I think everyone's just making it up at this point. Regardless, I'm not saying it's ugly or anything. I think it's pretty badass. It's just it's the only thing up on the wall. There's really nothing else to it. So definitely think a little bit there, and it will be a great setup. But you have any final thoughts?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay, cool. Because the next setup is submitted by Kevin, and he said he's been watching the show for some time now. He's a big fan, and he decided to submit a setup to hear what we have to say. So, taking a look at this, how old do you think he is?
17.
15. Right around there, though. So, initial thoughts. Do you like this or no?
I do. I do like this. It's tough because I do like it. Overall, yes. I do like it. I think it shows a lot of personality. I think the LED lights are cool, like high-level stuff. I'm not a huge fan of these type of desks.
Yeah, it's very small. Very, very, very small.
Yeah, very cramped. It's cool that you have I like that you have the console set up on one side and the PC set up on the other side, but it almost isn't usable. I mean, from what I can see, like with the PC kind of sticking out, like if you were playing on a console, that PC might be right at your legs, like depending on how close you sit to the desk.
Oh, sorry. Tom muted me because there's like a helicopter going by, right? Right? Is that why you did it, Tom? Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the helicopter keeps coming by. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And like, my thoughts were, he definitely did a great job considering the size. It's very tricky to do. But someone just asked something that kind of blows my mind. They're like, why are the monitors not touching? Well, because he's not doing dual monitors. Like, the one is for the console and the one's for the PC. What kind of... Okay, yeah, he said he just built that PC. All right, I was confused as to it wasn't in the original photos, but yeah, so he just built that PC. He's using a single display. There's nothing wrong with single display. And he's got a nice display for his Xbox One, and it's hard because he's got those little cubby holes on the side, and if he was to put the Xbox over there, it'd be such a far stretch, and it's just like there's so many different factors. Like you're saying, these desks are just hard to work with.
Yeah, I've used these desks before. It's tough. They're good at first, but then they can really get crowded really quick. They're very small. The boxes, the processor box, and it looks like a graphics card box at the bottom. I think you can get rid of those.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just because they're not, it's one thing to put them on display, but it's another thing. They're not really on display down there. They're not really adding to anything. So you can get rid of them and you can clear up some room to add other things or just have a, cleaner space.
I agree. And my initial thoughts when I looked at the wall, I was like, I love those kind of posters. They're like old school. They're really, really nice shelf and all that. But I don't think I would have done it the same way. I think that it's like the right side's too high up, way too high.
Absolutely.
The left side's like not horrible, but they're so small. It's like you'd expect them to go a little bit lower and then maybe get 3 more to go above it or something like that. But it's like hard. I can't really get a good scale because the desk looks like a desk for ants. I can't really tell the size of the room. You know what I mean?
It has to be at least 3 times that size.
God, great movie.
So yeah, I agree with you. I think that the look of this setup would change tremendously if you brought the right side wall, the shelf, and the 2 posters down to match the superhero posters. I think it would change up the setup, but I also think that it could be organized or like arranged differently as well, but bringing it down would make a huge difference.
Oh, for sure. That's step one. And then, I love the look of the desk. I know we've been talking a lot about the desk, but I really think that's the problem with this setup. Beautiful desk in terms of like actual look of it. The aesthetics are really nice, but
absolutely,
you need more space. That's your next step for sure. Definitely look into that. And of course, now there's a plane going by. I don't know what's going on today. But anyways, any final thoughts?
No. Kudos for the headphone hanger on the inside of the desk, nice and clean, out of the way. I like it.
Yeah, very, very nice. All right, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Patrick. Patrick, he did a really nice job for me. He broke it down to he wrote a part, don't care if you read this on the show, and then questions that he wants to ask us, and then his personality and interest. So really funny, and he put a lot of cow emojis in the email, so thank you for that. I don't know what's up with that. So here we go. Let's read a little bit about him. He's a big gaming dude. He games about 5 to 7 hours a day. League of Legends, Overwatch. He likes to do interior design. He lives in Denmark, and that's about it. He likes simplistic but practical, so that's something good to know. So with all that in mind, how old do you think he is?
19.
Only 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have definitely gone older for this setup. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I love seeing the before photo because it kind of tells you, like, you know, he matured a little bit. I mean, it's not like the before was awful. I don't really think it was bad. But it's cool to kind of see him make the changes to work for him with the way he is. So I like that about him. But here we go. Let's just dive into the questions that he wants us to answer. So the first one is, do you like the decoration on the table to show personality? I guess he's talking about those things on, like, the pop vinyl kind of things. And then what are those things called?
I'm not sure what those are.
It's like the thing where you throw it up in the air and you have to land it on the thing, and you could throw it in the cups on the side. Someone knows what it's called.
Yeah. It's like those those games. Yeah.
So what do you think of that? Do you like that a little addition to the desk?
Yeah, I do. I think he, like he said, he likes simplicity but practical. I think that's nice. It adds a little character, and it's not too overwhelming. It's like cool, like the pop vinyls and things like that, and it's a little different. So yeah, I like it. I think that's fine. Okay,
people are saying they're called kendamas. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I do think they're cool. I mean, it's not really a lot. You know, it's not like you have the whole desk covered with your personality and whatnot. It's just like a little touch. All right, next question. Do you think the fake plant is all right for holding his headset? What do you think?
I think it's an odd choice, but that's just me. I don't like greenery on my desks or anything like that, so I'm not a big like plant guy like that, like indoor plant guy at least. So I would stick personally. I would stick with a traditional headphone rack or holder, however you want, hanger. Yeah. I mean, it would work either way. I mean, if you want to do that, then go for it. But I do agree. Like, although I wouldn't mind you just keeping the plant itself on the desk, I do think it's weird to kind of combine the two. That's like me having a water bottle and then like, yeah, it's also my headphone stand, bro. Like, it's just a little weird. But I think, you know, maybe just take the headphones off and either put them on the side or put them on their own stand. But I don't think that, you know, you have to get rid of the plant by any means. You know, do what you got to do. And then he says, what can he do to add personality to the setup while keeping it simplistic? And I think that's an easy answer. Just a nice piece of like canvas art above the monitors. That's it. You took the words right out of my mouth. Absolutely. I think like maybe I really like this desk. I think that maybe a nice like wide, like kind of like a panorama type canvas poster, one right above. You want to keep it simplistic, something like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's it. It's like simple. It's one piece of art on the wall. It's not anything that's going to draw attention away from the simplicity of the setup. And I think it works perfect. You have everything else that you could possibly need. Storage, the usability's there. Out of sight, out of mind. Really, you did a great job with the setup. Props to you. And I don't really think there's much else to say unless you have any final thoughts.
No, just that I really like that desk. I like that on the left side he has a little charging area for his tablet and phone. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. So, all right, let's go to the next setup submitted by Avrie. And yes, Avrie is a girl. She's been working on her setup for about a year and a half. She actually took, this is funny, she took a loan from her parents to pay for a desk. See, that is a younger person who's smart.
Yeah.
Care about being responsible, and I like that. She watches the neighbor's cats, which pays really well.
Nice.
Yeah, trying to see what else. She has a YouTube channel, Littlebird234, and that's it. So taking a look at this, how old do you think Avrie is?
Okay, taking a loan from the parents.
Yeah,
I'm thinking younger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 14.
She's 25. She's
25.
I know people hate when I do that joke. I just wanted to see her reaction.
Oh my god! All right.
She's I was like taking a loan out for a desk and like playing with the cats for. Okay. Anyways, she's only 12. That's why it's cute. Yeah, she's 12 years old.
Okay.
So, anyways, knowing that she's 12, what do you think of this?
I really like it. That is a fantastic desk. I don't know what you think.
Oh yeah, definitely worth the loan. Yeah,
absolutely. That's a really nice desk. I like the white. I like the white with like the contrast of the black keyboard with the red. Shows through in the mouse and the keyboard. I think that I mean I don't want to go into too much, but overall I really like it. I think it's a nice setup.
Yeah. Now my first thought was like the keyboard cable. What do you think of that? Is that just weird?
Yeah. When I was rating them last night, I was looking at it and like I think that you might want to modify the desk a bit and put the wire down through the middle instead, or out the back instead of going like that. But now because the PC is all the way on the right, like and pushed forward like towards the camera, it's an odd placement. So I think do without that wire running across the desk.
I mean, if you are like planning on keeping your setup pretty much the same. I mean, granted, you can't really use this desk in another way. You're going to have your keyboard dead center. It's not like you're going to sit to the right or left. So definitely drilling a hole into the desk may be worth it. I do think that the left side's a little bit random in the placement of things. The canvas should be up on the wall. It should be somewhere not right there. The right side like has no love. Meanwhile, the left side, you have your headphones on this like star kind of thing, and then you have a candle, and you have this little holder for pens and pencils. So kind of like spread it out a little bit, maybe put the plan on the right side, just kind of even out both sides, make it a little bit more symmetrical, and it'll definitely look a lot more empty while still keeping all the same things on your desk. Sure. And like the Groot on the corner, I mean, that's like an odd placement for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's an odd placement right on the edge, like right in the front. I feel like that would just get in the way. Move it towards the back. Yeah,
you hit it off pretty often, I'm pretty sure. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. I absolutely would. Yeah.
So I mean, again, like you said it, the desk is awesome, like really, really nice. I love that design, how it's not all the way to the floor with the drawers, but it's like, I don't know, it just looks super cool, and it's got that like floating look to it. I would love to see some LEDs on there, but
that would be awesome.
Yeah, nothing like crazy like full on red or anything, but like a nice white light, maybe a little bit of purple or something to kind of just give it some atmosphere. But I mean, it's such a simple setup, and you're only in the beginning stages of having an amazing setup. So
yeah, I think all the tools are there. Everything is there you need for a really great setup, and it just needs to be reorganized better. The wires like next to the snowball microphone, like they're kind of like presented on a little like bowl.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing. That could just go in a drawer.
Yeah.
Going back to the last setup, the little star cubic thing with the headphones on it, I think you can maybe get a regular headphone stand and not make that, unless that is a headphone stand, it's just very like stylistic. Hang the canvas on the wall, like you said. Drill the holes for the keyboard and mouse, because it's always going to be a desk where you use your keyboard and mouse right there, dead center, like you said. And that little gap in between the drawers and the top of the desk would be perfect for LEDs.
Oh yeah, 100%. So I think that's really everything you need to know. And once you do it, send us an update. But let's go with the next setup submitted by Dustin. Dustin is a student and gamer who just moved into a new house, so he revamped his setup. He just built his PC and got a single ultrawide since he's not a big fan of multiple monitors. He has his networking stuff in his room. That's why he has metal drawers. Nothing else that's really going to give away his age. So go for it. How old do you think he is?
He's 16.
16. He's 17.
Close.
Yeah,
close.
So really, really close. But, I mean, the first thing that I realized when I looked at this was it's not awful. I was trying to find something that was, like, really bad about this setup, and really there's nothing. I mean, placement of things I would probably change around, but you could tell right off the bat he loves Star Wars. He loves his Subaru, right? And he's a very straight to the point kind of guy, and I like that for sure. So when you looked at this, what were your initial thoughts?
Okay, huge fan of purple in setups. I like that color. The LEDs, real nice, and it matches with the tower as well, his gaming PC. It looks really good. I like the desk. It kind of goes back to one of the earlier desks. I forget whose it was, that L-shaped desk. But this one seems to be a little bit bigger and a little more little more usable. I know I said this on the last show too, but every time I see a poster framed, an angel gets its wings. I love seeing framed posters. It's that little extra step that makes, it shows that you put effort into your setup.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead of just taping it to the wall. Love it. I personally like single monitor setups as well. So having the ultra wide, that's really nice. But yeah, a lot of positives with this. Personality shows through, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see what the rest of the room looks like, because that artwork on the right of the city, I would love to see how much of the wall that takes up, because it kind of overlaps the desk a little, and I feel like if possible, that would have looked awesome closer to the setup. But I don't know how the whole room plays out, so I can't really make that decision. Because on the right side, having that little Star Wars canvas thing, like that's very underwhelming, if you will. It's like, you know, compared to the left side, it's just kind of not really filling up a lot of space. Still badass, but I would love to maybe see a bigger poster there, Star Wars related or not. And I mean, the corner, I would love to see the PC there slanted, like at an angle, if it would fit. I don't know how well it would fit, but it kind of seems like the right side, the usability, you lose it for where your laptop is. If the PC was out of there, or maybe like even on the floor at this point, then you could at least use the right side for displaying more, or if you need to use your laptop and have a lot of breathing room. It just seems like, I don't know, a waste of space to have the PC in that exact spot. But the left side's great in terms of usability. The speakers are like the perfect little size. They look great. Everything on the desk I really like. It's just a very simple, straight to the point setup, and there's not really a lot to like rip apart. Like, get a headphone stand, you know, simple things. But for the most part, would you agree? It's just like, it's almost perfect.
Yeah, it really is. And I have to say, this desk setup, along with all the other setups so far, really good really good cable management on all these setups. This one, you can kind of see, you know, a little like, you know, you can see a bunch like down below the right speaker.
Yeah, easy to
wires, but easy to fix, and overall really clean.
Yeah, and especially on a desk like this, I have to say that's lucky to have a desk that has that sort of look, but still has a small back panel like under the monitor for you to actually adhere all the power strips and things like that. So it should be easy for you to fix the cables going into the outlet, because you just kind of keep them around the leg, really tie them down with some zip ties. But for the most part, still an awesome job compared to some other people. But do you have any final thoughts?
No, that covers it. Absolutely.
Perfect. All right, next setup is submitted by Wayne. Wayne says, "What up, dog? I am from Sydney, Australia, studying in university and work part-time. Hobbies include YouTube, gaming, music, and film." And let's see. You can check him out on YouTube, youtube.com/serious. And that's it. So how old do you think he is?
Okay, so he's in university. I'm going to say he's 23.
23. He is 18.
18. Oh, so at the beginning of university. Okay.
Yeah. So 18. You know, there's so much I love about the setup, and there's so much that confuses me.
Okay.
So I think the first thing that confuses me, I didn't look up these speakers beforehand. I should have. Is that the subwoofer, or is that actually the center speaker?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think because it looks like it has the volume knob on it. I think it might be just a center channel, because it would be an odd. I've never seen a speaker setup where the subwoofer has the controls.
Exactly.
You know, because usually you put them on the ground.
Yeah. So that's weird to me though. Like, why is that one ginormous? It literally kills the whole look.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's unbalanced. It is balanced, but it's unbalanced.
Yeah,
you know,
if anything, the side ones should be bigger, and it would be okay if the middle one was smaller.
Yes.
You know, it's just like an eyesore, especially when you have the two monitors in front of you. That would be something that I'd constantly be looking at, especially with the LED on it. But maybe someone in the chat will tell me if that is in fact the center speaker. I don't know. I've never seen those before. They are very nice to look at, but maybe not that close to your monitors. I think the other thing that I really love is the white that just flows through this setup. Such a great job. Just the hint of black around it. The keycaps, everything is super clean. It's definitely like an IKEA looking setup.
Yeah.
But what were your thoughts when you started to look at this?
The white it stands out so much, and everything is white, from the headphones to his computer case to the accents on the speakers, the keyboard, the shelves on the wall, the desk. It's just like that icy white look. And with the background, the Overwatch and Tracer backgrounds.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so cool. I really like that. Really like white look. I like the speaker arm. A lot of times it's hard to place those in right spots on the desk where it's usable and it can go out of the way. But that one looks like, even right now, it's kind of like in the way, but you could push that right up against the wall and it'll be gone. And then he can pull it out if he's live streaming or whatever he's doing. It'll be right in front of him and usable and really nice. So. Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that is the subwoofer, and the knob is for bass control. So I think that should not be there.
No, definitely not.
I'm not a big fan of that. And a lot of people are saying that like his monitors are so high up. but you don't know. He could be a giraffe. I say it all the time. You don't know. But I definitely think that the subwoofer should be on the floor then. That's like an eyesore for sure.
Yeah. The monitors look high, but I also think that the desk is kind of lower. So I'd like to see a chair there in comparison to kind of get the full picture, you know?
I agree. So the other thing is, like, when I was looking for a theme, I really liked how he had this set up. All the pop vinyls on that one shelf. He's got the poster. We don't get like a full view of it, but really, really nice in that sense. The lightsabers on the wall. That's actually, I have 2 spots in the shed that I've been wanting to mount these lightsabers I have, and that looks awesome. I really like how that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really, really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and then let's see here. If I go to the other photo, I mean, for the most part, it is like it all follows the white theme. That's really nice. He's got the lava lamp, which is really dope. The blinds are great. Wire management's not bad either. It's really, really nice. You know, little things behind the monitor that I would fix, but really, it's just a super nice, clean setup, and I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean,
no, me neither. Besides the subwoofer, that subwoofer needs to go on the floor.
100%.
It needs. If that actually is a subwoofer, it needs to go on the floor.
Totally agree. All right, let's go to the final setup of the day, submitted by Matt. Matt says, and look at that, we got 3 Matts now. We got this Matt. Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's see. What's up, man? I'm super happy about finally completing my setup. Got into this whole PC thing literally 4 months ago. He started the journey knowing absolutely nothing. He stumbled on my channel by accident, and it's become one of his favorites. Aw, that means so much, man. He's been saving up for some time now to do a full setup / build, and let's see, he works. He's also a full-time student, so he said, you know, he doesn't have a lot of time, but he was able to make it work. And let's see, he loves super clean, dark, minimalistic looks, and he said I inspired him to do something awesome. Okay, cool. So, taking a look at this, how old do you think he is?
20.
If only you would have said the same number you said for the last setup.
Oh, no, 23?
Yeah, he's 23. Oh. So, man, 23. And to know that he went from, like, not having any interest in PCs or anything like that to doing this.
Yeah.
Epic. Really, really like it. So, initial thoughts. What do you think of this?
I love the desk color. Wallpaper, wallpaper on the monitors, and then wall color. I like that. I like the blue and gray, and then like all the colors inside the monitors. It's a really clean setup. I think it's awesome that, like you said, he went from not doing PC stuff to having a triple monitor setup, which is just fantastic. That's awesome. I don't know. Just it looks cool. I like the colors a lot. Yeah.
Extremely usable, and I definitely think this is another situation where presentation plays a big factor in like the wow factor, because I looked at it and I was like, damn, that wallpaper is like super cool. I mean, it would have been even better if he would have put like the TV on, you know, because that would have helped the glare. We could see him in the one photo. But still, like, I would have loved to see the TV on as well, but it just kind of gives you that look like, wow, look at all that screen real estate. You know, really nice. I like his footrest. That looks super comfortable in the second photo.
It does.
Well, the first photo. And people are saying, why does he have the PS3? He actually, I think he said something about that in his email. Let's see. The reason I have a PS3 is because it's backwards compatible in mint condition. I still play some old PS2 and PS3 games once in a while. That's cool.
Yep, I was going to say that. I was like, that's the exact reason why he has that, because it's backwards compatible. I had one of those up until like a month ago, and it just, you know, when it died. But it's awesome because you get backwards compatible, and you can play all your, like, a lot of the old Sony PlayStation games, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool to have. I like that he has. I think are those Xbox controllers next to it.
I think is that the Steam controller? I can't.
Oh, is it a Steam controller?
Let me get in here. Maybe it's Xbox. I can't really tell. It's like old. They're Xbox. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm assuming he uses those with his PC. And then the Astro headphones. That's a nice.
Very nice.
Those are nice for gaming. The purple keyboard lights. The accents and on the mouse as well. I like that. It's nice, and I always like to see when you have that track that hides the cable coming down from the TV. If you can't put the wire through the wall, then that's a nice option. And he also painted it to match the wall, so that's nice. You know, it kind of hides it, and
Yeah, someone said that the left side's crowded. No, not at all. Are you kidding me?
If you look at the other picture, if you look at the angled picture, it's definitely it doesn't look as crowded. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could see from like the one angle it might look like that, but very, very clean. I mean, out of sight, out of mind for sure. He uses the remotes on a daily basis, his headphones, the controllers, laptop. So I definitely think everything is in a great spot. And it's really nice. And I think a lot of us, this is actually a great note to end on. I think a lot of us would feel the same. We would love to start fresh, completely start over with a budget, and we could just get exactly what we want. Start completely fresh so that the desk, everything is super clean. It works because now that we've all been through different iterations of our setup, we know what works and what doesn't. So it's kind of cool to see someone that was able to start from nothing and he knew exactly what to get. Kind of jealous of that. So definitely nice setup. Love it. Very, very good. A lot of people are saying that they don't like the wall colors or the curtains.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, the wall color, I could kind of see maybe the texture of the wall.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe something like that. But the curtains, that's another thing. Like I would get blackout curtains. That's always my go-to. It would look so well. So nice. That's what I mean.
Especially since Matt said that he likes the dark colors. He likes dark colors.
Right? Why not go for that? So anyways, overall nice setups for today, but now is the part of the show where we have to give the scores. So let's go to the first one, submitted by Timmy. Timmy got a 58. Colton got a 67. Kevin got an 87, which could easily be like a 99 if you got a new desk. Patrick got a 78. Avrie got a 66, which could easily be fixed. Dustin got a 78. Wayne got a 76. And Matt got an 87, which means a tie. I actually adjusted a point during the show, and it caused for a tie. So it's between Matt and Kevin. So 1-1-1 in the chat if you think Matt should win, and 2-2-2 if you think Kevin should win. That's Kevin. Okay, so you guys decide. If you're watching later on, let us know in the chat. All up to you. But yeah, I think it was a great episode.
It definitely was a lot of quality setups.
Yeah, it was very, very hard hitting questions. I think we gave some great answers. So
yeah,
Matt, thank you for coming on again. I really do appreciate it.
The pleasure is all mine.
And
it was fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely think people want you to come back on again, and
awesome.
I will keep your email on standby. So there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. With that said, we'll catch you on the flippity flop.